Clinic.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay. Dah start lah.
Okay, we're going to start with the very basic about the Ulearn quiz setting. Okay, I'll just go through a slide that we prepare for standard setting. Okay, so everyone can have a look, and then we go through to the basic demo on the setting itself. Okay, this template developed by our team, Ulearn Change Agent, which is myself, Saipunidzam Mahamad, Shakirah, Taib, Jale Ahmad, and Izudin. Okay, the first thing is about the setting. Okay, the first part is about the general component category. So we advise name should be labeled as a course code : course name online test 2, and then the description, there might be a special description by a faculty. Okay, as for FSIT, the instruction as per stated in the description box, which is the online test contain 40 multiple MCQ. This is just an example. Okay, the next part is about the timing. For the timing, basically referring to the schedule set by the RES. Okay, the test should be like 40 questions for 1 hour, and then we should allow a slightly longer for 5 to 10 minutes to the situation where the student having internet difficulties to complete the test. And then the setting, the default setting, like when the time expires, we put as open attempt are submitted automatically, so that those forgot to submit, those having delayed, so the system will automatically capture the submission, the attempt by the student. Okay, the important part of this grade and layout, okay, especially focus on the layout. The question should be one question per page that we set as every question in a page. And then for the navigation method, we choose sequential. Sequential means there are two options, which is free and sequential. Sequential refer to one question to the other question. So the student must answer the current question before they proceed to the next part. Okay, for the question behavior, we're going to select a default feedback, means the student only get feedback after if we intend to put a feedback. And then for the review option, okay, please make sure you are not check on the right answer for every part, so that the student won't get the answer when they attempt the test. The only check is only the marks immediately after the attempt and after the quiz close. Okay, the next part is about extra restriction. Okay, there are two things that we focus here. The first one is about password. It is recommended to put a password in here. For the password, if the student for example, the test is not ready, we are not ready to on the test, so even though the time is already on, the student can't attempt the test unless we providing the password. The next thing is about the browser security. In here, we select as full screen pop-up with some JavaScript. For situation when the student run the test, is going to be a full screen for the test view, so that the student unable to go back to the previous screen in the Ulearn. So we protect the access in the Ulearn component. Other setting in the quiz settings like appearance, overall feedback, common module setting, restrict, assess, activity completion, and tag competition. So this one we use a standard default. Okay, the next part is about when we have a quiz, so we have to add question to the quiz. So we choose as the edit quiz. So in the edit quiz, this basically the view that you're going to see. The important thing is to set is about the maximum grade. Okay, this is the maximum grade, and then the question we advise to shuffle the answers, and then for the part that we've been instructed to add, for example, like 40 question out of 60 question, we have to do randomization. So in here, what we're going to do, we add a question. There are three options given the Moodle, the Ulearn. So add an equation from the question bank a random question. Okay, I believe everyone now already have a question bank developed in the Ulearn. Okay, for this part, we're going to choose a random question. So because as per approval instruction, we have to do randomization. So we choose a random question. Okay, when we click on the random, so there will pop up a dialog box. So the option, the option kind of random question from existing category. So we choose the category that we set our test, and then we choose the number of random question to be included on the test. So click on the random question. If we have many category, for example, we have 3 category, category 1, category 2, category 3, we have to repeat the step by adding a random question. For example, 10 from category 1, 10 from category 2, another 20 from category 3. So we repeat the step adding the random question. If we only have only one category, so what we do is we just select 40 out of 60 questions that we develop in the category. Okay, that's about the random question that we develop. So I'm going to change the show the sum demo on the screen. Is it okay, everyone?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No problem.
Okay, I'm proceed to the setting, the Ulearn itself. Okay, this is the course that you have. Example, okay, my course is called the Clinic Dummy course. So this is my course. So as usual, what you have to do, you have to turn editing on in order to add the setting. So you can add at any part of your program. Turn editing on. So I'm going to add my test at topic 5. So I just add the activities, and then I choose the quiz. Okay, I click on add. Okay, this is the category that I mentioned just now, the general. You should name as your course. For example, my course TAB 102 1024 computer system. And then online test 2. Okay, this is the description that I shared before. Okay, the description over here is about the rules of the test, the instruction to the student. Okay, just now I mentioned about the test should start in 1 hour. The test should cover this thing, and so forth. So what we do here. Okay, I just show you a basic description here. Okay, this one is pre-coded, is the HTML scripts developed by our team. Okay, I just want to demo the description that I just created just now. Okay, this is the test setting that I just completed just now. Okay, yet to complete the whole section setting. So these are referred to the description just now. Okay, this is the instruction. Okay, as per required by faculty. Okay, or any department specific instruction. Okay, this is the declaration part. Okay, this is referring to the instruction by registry unit by Dr. Nohayati Melon. So we have to include the pledge, the submission statement, declaration statement. So in here, by clicking the start button, supposed to the student will see the start button somewhere at the bottom. So this one just a preview. So they bear to the agreement. Okay, before I click the button to start online test, I hereby agree to the following condition. Okay, this condition is set in the guideline. Okay, sent by Dr. Nahayati Melon. Okay, now I go back to the quiz setting since I'm not completed the setting. So I just edit my setting back. Okay, for the part of the timing, okay, the whole part is referred to the registration unit, the timetable. Okay, you have to set the timing as per timetable, but then you have to enable, and then you can select the time, the date. The time normally start from 10 to 12 or 9 to 11, and then the test close on the, if on the 10, it should be on the 10 April, close at 12. If the test for 2 hours, if the test for 1 hour, then it should be end at 11. Okay, this is the other part that important when the time expires. Okay, the open attempt are submitted automatically. So we ask or force the system to capture what being attempted by the student. Okay, then on the next part is about the grading. Okay, for the grading, basically for those already set the grade category in the Ulearn, you can manipulate this part. But since everyone might not have, so you just ignore the setting. The important is on the layout. The layout is about to putting as every page in one question in one question in one page. So we choose every question, and then the important part about the navigation method. Okay, we choose sequential. Sequential means once after another. So the student are forced to answer the current question before they proceed to the next question. With this selection, the student cannot go back to the previous question. And then the question behavior, we choose shuffle and defer feedback. And then this important part of the review option, okay, we have to uncheck everything here. Only the marks is remain. Okay, I only left marks for the immediately after the attempt. After the student complete the test, they will get the results. And then when the student, when the quiz is closed, the student can only see the marks as well. Okay, the other things
sorry,
like
question. Sorry, Doctor,
okay.
question.
Yes.
Okay. Move the scroll a little bit outwards. I cannot see clearly there. All right. Regarding on the review option. Review option.
Review option. Okay. Yes.
Right. So unclick all except marks in immediately after the attempt.
Okay. If yes, the student will get the marks automatically by the system. If you want to you want the student to see the marks right after.
That
Right
means,
after means after the student submit.
answer question 1. Okay, so before he moves to question 2, immediately the student can see their marks for question 1.
No, this one after the attempt. After the attempt means after the student complete the test.
Or after complete the test. Answer all questions meaning.
Yeah, unless you put it on the during the attempt. Kalau during the attempt, then the student will simply get the marks during the attempt.
Okay.
So we are focusing after the attempt and after the quiz close.
Okay,
Right.
clear.
Okay, moving on. So the other thing we just leave as default and then save and return to the course. So I have the test here. Okay, but then I haven't add my test. So when you click your test, so you choose to the edit quiz. So there are a few ways to edit the quiz. Okay, one of the option is when you create the test. So you click on the edit quiz, or on the left side there is a menu. You can go down. So at the menu, so there is a edit quiz function on the administration left. Okay, to edit quiz, I'm going to add a question. Okay, so in here you set the maximum grading. Okay, as per department instruction or any faculty specific instruction, you have to refer to your assessment rubric assessment criteria mentioned, percentage and everything. You just set it here. Okay, the question should be shuffled, and then you add the question. Okay, this is the important part because we want to randomize the question. Okay, we are not going to add new question here. We are not going to add from question bank because we're going to do the random question. So click on the random question, they will pop up. So we're going to focus on the top component, which is random question from existing category. You already have a test bank. You already created a question in the category. So you can select from anywhere you have. Okay, this basically will show your question, your directory in the Ulearn. So for example, like I have some question like repetition here. Okay, mention 21 question. So I'm only going to choose maybe only 10. So if you have 60 question in one category, select 40 out of 60. If you have a few category, okay, you will select specific numbers of question, random question from the specific category that you mentioned. Okay, as this one for the demo, I just select 10. So I add the random question. So if you have more question to be added, you repeat the step. So now I have a 10 random questions selected from 21 question in the category. So you should repeat to make it as 40 from other categories. So the key over here is about add from a random question. Okay, you choose the category where you have your question bank, question category, and then you choose how many questions you're going to add, and then you click on the add random question. And then lastly, don't forget to save your setting.
I have question.
Okay, yes.
It's not far. When you put these 10 questions, is it already fixed? Means that this one, it will take randomly those 10 questions and put it there, like you put there. And when the student see it, this is the one, I mean, is this random when the student open it, or is random now?
Generally, it's going to be randomized from the 21 question that I have. Maybe the first student having question number 1, number 2, number 3, number 10, number 20, and going to be different to the other student.
Okay, because I saw when you put like this, it's like they already choose randomly and put it 10. Actually, it will happen when the student open it, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Morning, Saipunidzam. Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes, proceed.
Yeah, this is Ina here. Category is sections, is it?
Yes, section in your test bank in the question.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any other question about the test, the quiz?
Okay, one phrase for one course. All right, so let's see today who will get the phrase. All right, and please don't forget.
Is there any other
Hello.
question?
Sorry, yes, I
Yes.
have one question. So
All right.
let's say I want to put the 40 question, but every one question is 1 mark, right? So
Okay.
what should I set to the maximum grade?
Okay, as per suggestion, actually the maximum grade